So today we are going to deep dive into a topic that I'm so curious, and you might be as well from the title of this video. And we have the perfect guest to share his experience on this, on it, for those wondering if it's like worth buying an old house and transforming it into your own beautiful home. And in this episode, we're going to be talking about the whole journey of transforming an old house into a beautiful home, from all the ups and downs. So without further ado, guests, please introduce yourself.
I'm Kenneth, and what I really do is actually F&B. I do cafes, restaurants. That is what I do in real life. I do content on the side when I have time. So I post content about renovations, interior design, some architecture, and I guess a little bit about my life as well. So that's kind of what I do.
He's being very humble. He got featured like so many property guru lah, iProperty lah, this brand lah, that brand lah, talking about his interior designing. So, if you guys don't know Kenneth yet, if you definitely saw his video in social media, he's been like blowing up ever since, like, I think there was a video you posted, like your journey of I got this house, and then part 1, part 2, part 3.
Yeah.
I don't know when was it. Is it during COVID or after COVID?
Definitely like after. Like I think probably the first year of posting videos. Yeah. Those were like a good first year. I was like religiously posting every day.
Religiously.
Yeah, religiously posting
Okay.
every day.
So just run us through your experience of transforming your property that you saw from a home it is right now. So let's start with like, what actually made you pull the trigger of buying a very old rundown house?
I think it was something that I never wanted to do because it was a ridiculous financial decision to make. So it never made sense to me to buy my own house. That's firstly. So what made me do it was definitely the pandemic. Like, because I found myself not needing to work because all my shops were closed, mostly. So I didn't have work to do, which was what I spent most of my time prior to that, right? So at that period, I was at home way too much of the day, right? So I see my parents, and we live in a double-story terrace house. It's not small, right? It's a pretty normal size house, but at that point in time, I realized like, damn, I really need my own space, like, because I see them so often, like, shit, now I need to move out. Like, I need my own space. If not, when I see them, I'm like, I'm either in my room, I go down and eat, I go back in my room.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. That was,
I totally understand.
Yeah, that was where I like, I need my own space. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so, but how long did you take to like get that property? Like to say, okay, this is the one. How many properties did you look at?
I think that was probably like property number, like, I view online, obviously, a lot, like probably like, 100, more than 100 properties online. Like physically view, probably that was like 13 or 14, like that I've actually seen. And I've seen all kinds of properties. Yeah, so it took quite some time actually. I didn't rush through the process because I didn't need to, because I was living with my parents. So it was more so like, okay, I am in the market to look for something, right? So therefore, then I start looking. And honestly, at that point in time, I didn't even know what I wanted. Like, I have no clue. I even considered condos, to be honest. Like, I did.
Yeah, that's like, why don't you, if you say you're not in a rush, why don't you just get like those project properties, like very new properties?
Yeah, so I think buying a new property is good if you don't want the troubles of an old property, right? Like having to redo a lot of things. The problem was the fact that eventually I kind of got to what are my priorities in the property. And I think location was definitely something that I wanted to be convenient, right? I think near my parents and near my workplace. So most of my businesses are in KL. So I know I definitely didn't want to have to travel far away. So the problem with new properties were the fact that most of them are slightly further out. Or you would probably have to end up in a high rise if you wanted a reasonably good location plus a new property. So there was limitations, and also there's a lot of like personal preference as to where I wanted to be. So I want to live close to my parents as well. So it's all very old neighborhoods with very little new properties. Yeah.
Okay. So your renovation journey, right? It's it's very well documented in social media.
Yeah.
But even for me looking at it, it's like, my God, there's so much stuff you've done to make it how it is right now. It's like, how extensive was the renovation?
I think initially I wanted to keep a lot more things than I ended up keeping. So I think that brings to the problems of a old property. I think my house is like, I was told by the agent, I mean, I have no even clue how old it is. Like, it's definitely 50 plus years old, I think at least. So when when the property reaches that age, everything just breaks down. And I'm talking about like, even the piping underneath the house.
Yeah, even the internal stuff and so on.
100%. Like the wiring all will definitely needs replacing. I mean, you could use it, right? And I've done a lot of old commercial shop lot units that are that age, because a lot of in Chinatown we have.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay.
And so I kind of knew what was I going into, but when I went into the house, I had the optimism of like, I'll keep this part of this floor, this wall, I keep this structure, right? Like, that was the intention. But when I got into it, when you really look at it, there were so many problems with everything. And obviously, one of the main things that most people don't realize is when you see people redoing all these old properties, it's just cheaper to rebuild, like to demolish and rebuild.
Yeah. That's why I was like wondering, like, because most of it you kept the original structure to it.
Yep.
Why not just like destroy everything and build something out of your own?
I think probably like halfway into the planning, like I considered it. So when I was with my architect, my friend Moja, his name was Moja, right? And when we were talking about it, this was part of the consideration, but I realized at the end what was important was the fact that, like, because I was going into a really old neighborhood, and like you're talking about like, all these aunties and uncles who live there for like, they are like twice my age, right? Like probably on average. And like I'm like the few younger people who has moved into such an area. So I really felt that there was a need to just respect the neighborhood. Like you have seen in many places, I think probably like Bangsa has a good example. Like you go there, right? And you see these new like reconstructed properties. They are like in a like a 2-story.
Like it doesn't match the.
Yeah, they're like 3.5 story. They stick out like a sore thumb, right? Like, and for me, it's just hideous. Like it's hideous to the neighborhood. Like, so I think like if you can afford such a huge and amazing house, right? Go buy somewhere else. Like go to a bungalow area. Go to a place that people do that. Like, imagine if you live on a single-story house, and next to you is a 2.5-story house.
I mean, like, every day is an eyesore, basically.
Right, exactly that. And like, I think it would be terrible to be a neighbor to a house like that, right? So I thought like, okay, like let's make this as respectful as possible. So that's why I ended up maintaining how the outlook from outside the house. My house looks exactly the same as what the original house was.
Yeah. Like your before after doesn't. I mean, the
structure of it.
The structure of it, yes, like the colors, the design.
Yeah. So like, there's a lot of things that has been rebuilt. Even my entire porch, which we will get into, which it looks the same as the original, but it's completely rebuilt. So even I had to rebuild it to look the same.
Damn.
Yeah. So because I wanted to just like at the front of the house from the road view, you can see that my house is level and is same as my neighbor house. Like the roof is the same height, like it's the same shape, it's the same design. Like, and I think that was important. Obviously it looks new because everything is redone, right? But I think just being coherent to the neighborhood is important to me, at least. Yeah.
Okay. So can you like tell us, I know you say there's a lot of things you went through transforming this house. Could you just tell us, like, for the time's sake, your top 3 that you didn't even realize it?
I think, first of all, like, to find a contractor that wanted to do a residential project was challenging.
That's the challenging part?
Yeah, because to me, like...
Oh, okay.
Because, there are plenty of contractors, but, like, I'm talking about good contractors. Like, so I work with a couple of contractors when I do commercial units.
Okay.
Like, my businesses mostly, right? I asked them, like, there's this guy, like, I really want him to do my project because he's fast, his quality is good, and he's very reliable, right? I know I don't have to worry when I called him up and like, yo, like, I'm building a house. It's like, house? Residential? No.
Oh, so doesn't this ID handles it? the architect handles the
Oh, of
part
course,
of it?
yes. Some of them do, and there's no right or wrong to this, I think. But obviously, I've worked with contractors, and for me, I try to work with the same contractors that I have
Got it.
direct experience with,
Got
right? Or at least someone that is or somebody that you actually know have worked with them, because that's the only way you can really tell whether the person is reliable or good. So I realized that nobody who does commercial wants to do residential.
Is there a reason?
Slow, because it takes a long time. Like a turnaround of a shop lot, let's say like a normal regular shop lot like this one, it probably take a month,
Oh, okay lah.
right?
Yeah.
Maybe two,
Okay.
right? If it's more extensive, maybe two, right? But if you're talking about residential, how long do you think an average residential property takes to be turned around?
4 months?
Maybe
Or
like,
max is 6 lah.
yeah. So that is what you will assume, right? Like, and I can tell you on average, it's way longer than that.
Oh.
So even for my contractor, I told him like my timeline was 6 months. I said like, because I just don't want to let it drag on. So I couldn't find contractors who agree to my timeline.
Shit, what kind of timeline they give you?
They tell me like normally 12, 18 months.
Oh shit, that's so
And if you really look around, that's usually how long people take.
okay.
I have no idea why like residential just takes so long, like and people just they accept that pace. Like, but I don't want to be in and out of a construction site for 18 months. I can tell you.
Is it because it's like more personal
100%.
and then they want like everything to be okay, they want to rush this thing? Is it
So-
because of that?
That was what my contractor exactly told me. He said we've done a couple of residential projects, and normally like higher end projects or like more expensive projects, these houses are owned by rich people, right? And these people are very emotional. They want this one day, the next day they will don't want that, right? So you build this wall, like, oh no, take it down, right? And because they probably already live in another mansion somewhere, right?
Okay.
It doesn't matter. You take extra 6 months, 1 year, like because for them they want to get everything to their liking, but their liking changes. So there's a lot of back and forth. Collection is slow. The project never ends. So imagine like a contractor from a point of view of a contractor, right? They have the workers there, and they say, like put this on hold. Wait, let me decide, right?
Damn.
1 week later, what the guy's gonna do?
Yeah,
right?
the workers will go
So they pay by
find
day,
work.
right?
Yeah.
So like, and that becomes a challenge. So they say like, end up these projects becomes a drag. They cannot predict the timeline. Like, is really low margin at the end of the day. Even though in the beginning it will look good because like, you can charge, you can mark up higher, right? Because it's a premium project. But all these costs adds up like crazy, and then they say like the project never ends. Some of their bungalow projects, they tell me that like 3-4 years is still ongoing.
Right? Like, let's say, wouldn't there be like a contract? Let's say if it's dormant for a few years or few months,
For sure.
like the contractor has the right to like cancel and get whatever needs to be paid.
Yeah, but that's why contractors nowadays enforce this a lot more. It's kind of like 50% down is normal.
Oh, no more
Like-
like stage base.
So usually it's like, like previously when I started, normally it's 10%, then progressive, right?
Yeah.
Like 20%, blah, 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 right? Like you can split out as much as you want, right? Based on progress. Now, it's like, no 50% down, I don't start work.
Damn.
50% down on like a $1 million job is 500,000. It's a lot.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I mean, like before even the first worker turns up to break down a wall.
And so how long it take to transform your house?
So it took about, from the day the first wall went down to me staying in it, about 6 months.
Okay lah. So you managed to find a contractor within your timeline lah.
Yeah, he was really good despite of all the setbacks that we had. We still managed to meet the timeline. Like at one point in time, he was like, "Shit, I need to like put workers in at night," which is technically illegal, right? To work at night. So
For
like,
even for like a landed residential, is illegal to do construction?
yeah, at night.
Oh.
You can't.
I didn't know that. I thought only like condos
Oh, it
or like
is,
apartments.
it is. You
okay.
can't.
But what are like all those construction in the nighttime
Oh,
happening?
it happens everywhere. Like that's why then you get your neighbor complaining. Like So if you to finish within timeline, within the rules, it's more challenging. So like of course, like if you do painting works at night, nobody's gonna care, and you're not gonna disturb anybody. So I think those things are okay, right? If you're hacking some walls at night, like I mean, if you're the neighbor, your life would suck, right? Yeah.
So okay, if let's say it's 6 months, right? So if let's say the client or like you are like not so okay, I like this, then the next week not like this. But does it still takes more than that, 6 months?
I think a project can definitely be done in 6 months. I think the challenge is if clients change their minds too often. And unfortunately, that is what I also learned between my projects that is commercial, which is my businesses, versus my own home. I can tell why people take so much time because it's emotional. Everything is
Yep.
emotional, right? There's no logic to it. Like in a business, it fits the concept, fits costing, timeline works, it's gonna go, right?
Yep.
Like that's it, right? You make the decision logically, but when it's at home, you see this tile and then you're like, wow, yeah, nice. And then you put down a small booking fee for you order the tile. And then you go to another tile shop and you're like, oh, this is nicer. Can I cancel the other one? Like you cancel, then you
interesting.
delay, then you book the other one, right? This happens imagine throughout the entire house. Yeah.
Interesting. So what else didn't expect?
I think there's a lot of the structural things that we couldn't check before we got the house.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's the thing I want to ask.
Yeah.
How did you get the layout drawings? Because it's an old house.
It doesn't exist, yeah.
Oh, it doesn't exist.
So you get your ID or your architect to go draw it out.
Oh,
So they go to the existing house, measure, and make the drawings.
wow. It's not available to any government because it's like house built, ma.
I have seen properties that are like probably 20, 30, 30, 40 years old who still has their original drawings. Like mine definitely does not. Like even I see even you can see this like even the plot. I see the grant is like it's damn old. Like everything is old, right? Like and there's no existing drawings.
Wow.
They just don't exist.
Imagine there is actually. You can just frame it up and put it up.
Yeah, it'd be nice. Like I think if you have if you can find one, it's great.
The original drawings. Wow, that's cool. So
Yeah, but they don't exist in my house, so like you have to go draw it. Like let's say that's the same if you do an old shop lot. The drawings don't exist.
interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so what else?
I mean there's general structural things that like the truth is how many people can go evaluate the soundness of a structure before you purchase a house? Rarely.
I mean, I wouldn't know because now in the market to search.
Yeah, so
for it.
even if you wanted to find out, you have to get an architect or a surveyor or like somebody who actually knows what they're doing, right? To go and check, right? Even let's say how often do people really check for termites before they purchase the house?
Oh,
Let's say that, right?
okay.
Rarely, right? Am I correct?
Yeah, I mean, the thought never occurred to
You
me.
will call you'll call your agent and you tell the owner, you'll be like, can I go check for termites? I send my pest control guy there, and then you haven't even placed a booking and then you go like check for termites. How rarely that happens. Like even after people place a booking, they don't do it. And this can cost a lot of money. Like let's say you have to replace the entire roof trusses, which back in the days are mostly timber, right? Like changing that and the entire roof will cost you, tens of thousands of dollars extra, right?
Okay.
Right? And yet people still don't check those things, right? It's lovely and interesting to see why people shoot over budget, right?
If you manage to find termites before you do the sale, does that fall upon the seller to replace it? Or the
For
buyer?
me, it's just simple. I get a discount. Lor.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Okay,
It allows you
makes
to
sense.
negotiate, right?
Okay.
It's like, look, I need to replace the entire roof. How about let's just give me a better price, right? I'll deal with it. I don't want you to rebuild a roof that I don't want. So give me a discount of it. It's fine, right? But it's good to find out.
Okay, that makes sense. So, like you say, because I've seen your videos, you did a lot of extensive work. Have you overshot your budget?
Yeah, I did.
Is it okay if I can ask, by how much you said?
Yeah, so I set a very to be fair, I had quite a flexible budget per se. So I'm very lucky that I could spend a substantial amount of money, at least for me, in my house project. So my house was like a nice round number. I had like a million ringgit that I have set aside to renovate the house, right? So and typical prudent people would set aside maybe at least 15%, maybe 20%. So I used up entirely that extra 20%. So I think I spent probably about 1.2 in total.
Okay.
Like from start to end, like everything, right? Like landscaping, and including all the small details, right?
Okay.
Like furniture and everything. So that was what I spent. So on the reno part of it, there was a lot that overshot actually. Because there was just things that I didn't expect I needed to change, including my entire front porch, which was one of the bigger chunks of it. Yeah.
Okay. So I mean, moving from that, like you didn't expect, right? What is that? Because you're mentioning about the front porch. Like, what did you actually did with your front porch?
So initially, when I saw it, I'm just like, I'm gonna keep this, and
As in, like the original tiles and everything.
no, like that's the structure of it, like the roof. It's a flat slab, like so it's just the whole entire porch structure at the front of the house. There was, I thought I was gonna keep, right. So then halfway through, when we re-screeded it, and then we kind of like redid the waterproofing, because flat slabs are generally very prone to leaking, because they just look nice and just completely impractical, right? But people love it now. It's like, modern architecture, right? Like, and then so we redid it. I just tried to reseal it, make sure it's waterproof so that it doesn't leak, blah blah blah. And then my contractor told me, it's like, there's a bow in the structure. Like, so because we then later found out that structure was extended by the previous owner, but because it's a corner house, we thought it was a standard. Because everybody extended that portion of the house. So, and we didn't have many old references because there's only a few houses.
So it's illegal renovation, like,
yeah. So it was an illegal renovation, and it was not very sound. But back in the days, the regulations were less, I guess. So any random contractor can come and just extend your porch, right? So there was a bow, and then I asked my contractor, like, so do we reinforce it, like, put bigger beams, or like, you do some get an engineering guy to come and do some calculations, right? Like, you can do that, but like, I'm not gonna guarantee the soundness of this structure, even if you want to proceed with this.
But wouldn't that come up during your pre-staging, like even before the constructions that happen?
There's a lot of assumptions that are made in old buildings. Like, that's just the truth, and you may find out only much later. So like mine happened maybe during close to halfway actually.
Almost
when
complete.
we wanted to waterproof the roof. Because from the front it looks fine. It looks straight. But there is just a mild bow, and like it only happens when they do the ponding test. When they spray water and just kind of like pond, and then like, hey, wow, the water is like, just naturally flowing to the middle, right? And then you evaluate what is the reason, and then you realize that it's a structural problem. So that was, it's something that I would imagine I would have checked, and my architect would have checked, maybe, right? But sometimes we make assumptions on things, like, because it looks fine, right? And a lot of things looks fine on the surface most of the time.
The internal part is just damaged.
Yeah, and I guess back in the days, like building structures, like no walls were straight. Can you imagine that? Like nowadays, we take straight walls for granted.
Wait, it means your old house wasn't even straight.
Yeah, so like walls like this, like it's just not straight. Like, so it's like either leaning back or leaning.
Oh my god, that's so trigger my OCD so much.
And it's funny because you go into other old houses. Now I realize that, actually all the walls are never really
Now
straight.
you say that, I want to see.
Go see old houses like 40, 50 years old. Like go see old shop lots, right? Like you go into the old kopitiam in Chinatown, you will see exactly what I'm saying. No walls are straight. Angles are weird. Like, because back then they don't use lasers, and I guess they just
like eyeballing it.
Yeah, like sometimes they put the thread and then they just lay the bricks, right? And then it obviously depend on the skill of the labor, right?
That's quite interesting to know.
So then my contractor's like, these walls are not straight. So how? Like, imagine you terminate, you join onto a column, and then like you have an old wall versus a new wall, and then you have to join, right?
Yep.
It's like, do you then join a straight wall to a sengit wall, or like what do you do? So then you end up, so the solution was to plaster the not so straight wall with a thicker plaster, so it feels straighter. And then I end up with a thick plaster, which then has tendency to show signs of
break, is it?
Like some cracks, like hairline cracks, right? Okay. So
then does that have to be with the quality of the plaster, or
because you're not supposed to plaster that thick. Because like imagine the wall.
You have to put that thick.
Yeah, so it's like you're talking like one part of it is like 1 cm, and the other part could be like 1 inch, or like because you're trying to make the
really
wall feel straight, right? Like, so then it's like I was like, okay, hairline cracks. It's a non-structural problem, but aesthetically it looks annoying. Like, you come to my house, you can see like some of like my walls having like small hairline cracks. Most people would not notice it, but I point it out to you, you will see it. Yeah.
Actually, I even see it in my own house. It's a new house, and I realize it's just a normal thing happening.
It's when it settles, like it's normal ground movement. Yeah.
So what else did you didn't expect?
I think it was mostly that, and also just, I guess, like you have so little control of what the neighborhood is. Like, I think subsale houses and old houses have every part of the, imagine even in one area, every house is different because your neighbors are going to be different. You're nearer to a park, like you're nearer to people who are noisy, and like there's a lot of like hoarders, like there's all kinds of people around. Like I think that was what was really surprising, because I bought the house that I initially didn't like. I like, no, this area sucks. And I go there, I'm like, shit, I like this area. Like only when I go and see it, I was reluctantly viewing this house. When I viewed it, I was like, damn, this house actually quite nice. Like, because every pocket of within the neighborhood it's just different.
Okay.
Like, and it's dictated by this very small things. Like, there's more trees in that road, right? And are you facing a main road? Are you facing the quiet side of the like? In one neighborhood, like one main road, let's say, right? So if you like quiet, then you don't want to face the busier road. But you will never know this on the map, right? You will never know this from photos, videos,
even
whatever.
if you do the drop thing,
you
it's like a little bit outdated kind of thing.
Yeah, you have to, like, the truth is you have to go there and just spend time there. Like, go to the parks there, go walk around, go have a jog in the area, right? Go see who your neighbors are, right? And this takes time and effort, right?
I think it's all personal preference.
100%. 100%. So I think those were the general thing. Other than that, because I work with old shop lots, not as many surprises for me, at least.
Okay, you came in and experience everything.
It's just a lot of cost. Yeah.
Okay. What about the piping though? Like, because I always hear these things like, people say like if you take like old houses, the first thing you do is either piping or wiring. Like, how extensive was it? Like a really big chunk of your budget went to like
Obviously,
changing those?
Electricals will cost more than plumbing. That's just generally the case. For me, there was a cost that it was expected. Basically, to need to redo plumbing and wiring was something that I already knew going into it. So that was it. So I think the unknown part was the sewerage was what was surprising, because you'll be surprised, like all this, I don't know if you know, like, but all these old houses have sewage tanks in individual units. They haven't moved to the centralized sewage system in all the new developments. So every house has a sewage tank. Okay. Right? And they are made of concrete. It's damn interesting.
Huh?
Yeah, it's a concrete sewage tank.
It's not like metal, those kind of things.
Yeah, so it's not metal, it's not plastic. Like the new ones look like kind of like a poly cup, like it's plastic kind of like. So anyway, like, so my house, like, one day my contractor, when he was hacking the extension of the old house, there's small extension, like you're talking about, like, I don't know, like, 2 meter by 2 meter kind of extension. So they extended the kitchen a little bit. And then he was like, oh, I hacked the floor and then I found a sewerage tank. I'm like, huh? What?
Okay.
And then, so what happened was the previous owner, the last time the owner, they just tiled over the opening of the sewerage tank. So we never knew there was a sewerage tank in the house. I was like, I'm sure there's a sewerage tank, but since there is none, I guess maybe this area does not have it, right?
Okay.
So then we just went on with our life, and then he tell me, it's like, oh, we found one. I'm like, what do you mean you found one? He's like, oh, they sealed it. So the previous owner just tiled over it, because it's just a manhole opening and there's two, right?
Yep.
They just tiled over it.
So are you still using it now?
So then that was where my bed was supposed to be. So I flipped the layout of my house. So what was that was
the feng shui is like very.
I was like, shit. Like, my master bedroom is gonna sit on top of this sewerage tank, which requires an opening. Okay, so because obviously you need an opening, right? For Alam Flora Inda Water to come and suck it out if they need to, right? So I can't have that, obviously, underneath my bed, right?
Imagine they come to your bed.
Yeah, so then I was like, so what is the solution? So, I mean, what you have to do is basically backfill the old sewerage tank and redo the entire sewerage. So you relocate the entire sewerage, which I end up having to do because I have no choice.
Yeah. Wow, this really like this kind of things like people don't know,
Nobody will know. Like
I think you told me, I was like, wow, this is a big thing.
100%. Like I think it's things that people will never think about. Who would think about, maybe there's a hidden sewage tank in my house? Like nobody says that, right?
That points the question, like before you're buying this, didn't the seller or the agent even disclose about anything? Since it's a old house, they should be telling what are the things they did to the property?
I think this one was like you know what's the interesting part? Like I bought this. I committed to the deposit of this house during like I think it was one of the lockdowns.
Okay.
Yeah, so I didn't even view the house view.
Like physically?
Yeah, I saw it from outside because I drove by.
Okay.
And then like back then you couldn't do house visits, or like agents couldn't show you the house physically because of COVID regulations.
This is like during peak COVID time, right?
Like towards the end, maybe like third lockdown, maybe.
People mind matter even like just to go in.
So there was person living inside, so it was even harder.
Oh, there was actually a person living there.
It was like some random uncles living in there.
Oh, shit.
And
okay.
like their house was like.
That doesn't look livable though from the photos.
It is not. I can tell you. It was just their friends apparently.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So like the owner had some local. The owners were in Canada, so like they were overseas, and then there was just some friends who were staying in the house. I'm like, okay.
Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
and they lived like they were camping in the house.
Yeah,
like, they have like some mattress on the floor, and then like some portable, like some stove, and then like they were just like camping in there.
Look like squatters, eh?
Yeah. They look like squatters, but they were friends supposedly.
Okay.
So then I bought it knowing that I had to redo everything, but the sewerage was something that I never thought of. Like, how can it? Who closes a sewerage? You know what I mean? Like, who?
To be fair, the thought also never come into.
Never.
You know, because now I say people are more pampered. Like the developer do everything for you, 100%. And then you just go in. So this kind of things is really eye opening.
Yeah.
Be aware of sewage, guys.
Yeah, I mean, like even drains and like piping, it's something that like have to be. You actually have to think of it, like, and we take it for granted for sure, because new housing area have like perfect drains.
Everything's there.
Sewerage is nice. Like wiring is all underground. Like it looks beautiful. Mine is like you want 3-phase, or you go apply from TNB, see whether they can reach or not the wire. Cannot reach, they have to put up a pole. Law.
Damn.
That's what happens. Like you want 3-phase, and your house is a single phase. If there is no pole nearby that can reach your house, then you have to go apply for TNB, and TNB have to come erect a pole and then bring the extra power into your house.
Do you pay for the?
Of course, you have to pay for it. So
for the extra pole.
I didn't.
No, but the thing is, if you're paying for the extra pole, does it benefit the whole neighborhood?
I have no clue.
Oh shit!
Imagine
you paid for it, and then all the other people are benefiting.
It's just reach. So you build a pole so that the wires can reach, because if not, it angles down, right?
Okay.
So that's what I have friends who have just recently got their pole erected. Yeah, I was just like, oh damn, okay.
Okay.
So I considered a 3-phase. That's why I went and did some research about it. I said, oh shit, okay, I have to do this. But I didn't end up with a 3-phase power.
Okay.
Because I feel like I never needed one. Yeah.
Okay. So there's one question that's bugging me, and I ask you, is like, every time when you do like old school or old properties, right, you're doing renovation and all, I heard that you have to ask permission from your neighbors, other than your DPKL, to get the renovation, to approve the renovation. Is it true?
This is I think some like I don't know, like some folklore or something. But I legally I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah, as long as you get approval from DPKL, I don't think there's any.
Anyone can stop you, be like, oh, I don't like your house.
They can't stop you if you do everything legally.
Okay.
Which rarely happens.
Okay.
Like,
because I thought it's like similar to America. You know, they have like a HOA. Is it called HOA or something like home residence?
I have heard of all these things, but in Malaysia, I don't think so.
Okay.
I may be wrong about this, but like I don't think so. But is it a good and prudent thing to do? The answer is yes. So like for me, I just like you hear a lot of like nightmare neighbors stories, right? Where like, you know, the neighbors every day just complain about you, like go report you and make your life like extremely hard, right? And I think usually it's a two-way street. And this is something that I think everybody should do. If you're renovating in the old area, just go and talk to your neighbors. The reason why people complain is very simple. Because they cannot complain to anybody else. They cannot reach you.
True.
Right? So the only thing you should do is, once you get in, go to your next neighbor, go to your opposite neighbor, go to all the people nearest to you that you know that when you start reno, their life will be hell, because we have been in those situations where our neighbor is renovating. Like, and we only feel shit if we cannot complain about it. If something goes wrong, I cannot complain. What do? I go to DBKL, right? So go and talk to them, make friends with them, be nice to them, because their life is going to be hell, let's be honest, right? Like, you are going to torture them for 6 months. At least, sometimes could be 12 months, right? So Go there, give them your contacts. In case, tell them, like reassure them that if anything goes wrong, you will fix it, right? So that they don't end up going to the authorities, and then when they do, your life gets harder, right? And your relationship will be shit.
Yeah, like, even before you move in.
Before you move in, that's why most neighbors hate each other, right? Because before they move in, they already have a bad relationship.
Yeah, I agree to that, because even when I moved out in my house right now,
Yep.
I actually didn't know my neighbors for the first year, and then second year I just start talking to them. Actually, both sides of them, they're damn cool, one. Like there was a problem. I think recently happened. One of the neighbors went overseas for a trip for a month, and he on everything automatic. I don't know, Malaysia have this automatic sprinkler system thing.
Okay.
So apparently this guy he put a sprinkler, and he didn't think about where the water will be dripping, and it's been dripping into my car every day.
Holy shit, okay.
Like non-stop. Yeah, then if your car is always wet 24/7, there's a possibility of rust.
Yeah.
And my car is not a new, like it's an old car.
Okay, yeah.
And then it happened. I was like, fuck. For the whole month, I cannot park in my own front yard.
Spot, if not you get wet lah. Right?
Yeah. Then I was thinking, where the hell is this guy for 1 month? Then he came back. It's like, uncle, it's a very old uncle lah. Uncle, your water spray. Oh, sorry, I was not here 1 month. I was like, fuck. Okay, next time you give me your contact again. Then after that, I found out, oh, okay, this guy is a retiree guy. This is a pretty chill guy lah, but.
I think neighbors are not as bad as what people think.
Yeah, I agree to the initiate. Start talking, but people are just. I don't think it's Malaysian culture to like, hey, what's up? Those kind of things.
Yeah, like, oh, I'm new to the neighborhood. But I think everybody should at least do the minimum of at least getting their contact, or at least acknowledging that, like, okay, the person may not want to give you their contact, but at least you give them your contact, right? And just tell them, like, look, I'm here. I know I'm going to make your life shit, right? It's just the truth, right? Like, there's nobody who, and because your house is going to be dusty, noisy. You're not going to be able to sleep in the afternoon. Like, aunties like to chill in the afternoon, right? Like, obviously, right? So,
midday nap.
Like, their life will be torture for 6 months. And you have to just own it and just try to make up for it, right? Because I always say this, like, I hope that one day, if I am on the receiving end of these renovations, I hope my neighbor is kind. That's all.
Like your current neighbor lah.
Yeah, like, because you never know who your neighbor may change, right? So, like, I always hope that I will get some kindness in return next time, right? Like, yeah.
Okay. So let's talk about your design aspect of it.
Yeah.
For those who are listening to this, if you want to know how the visuals looks like, you can just search Kenneth Tan in his social media. He's very exclusive. Like, I'll talk about all the intricate details of his house, but just run us through what concept you made and what was the thought process.
I think mine was just very personal, because like, the best thing about my home was the fact that the requirements were mine alone. Like, I didn't have to accommodate family, or I don't plan to have kids, so like, I don't need to plan that far forward. So it was just mostly just for me and my girlfriend. So like, there's just two of us living in the home, and the design inspiration came from just the fact that, like, there were just elements of places that I really loved when I stayed, in hotels outside, right? Like it could be Airbnbs, hotels, resorts, like, and I think one of the main inspiration that I think is very cliche and yet very, very much something I like is a Balinese villa. Like, everybody goes to a Bali, and like, you have been in a Balinese villa, and when you look at it, what do you really like about a space? So my space never really had a specific theme to it per se, although you could probably say like it's Japan-y a little bit, because of like, like there's wood elements to it, right? And there's some Scandinavian elements to it, but mostly it's just a mixture of couple of like themes. It's a bit minimal, like general neutral tones, right? It's mostly that, but the inspiration was more so from individual spots. So like a Balinese villa has very simple layout. Usually it's a single floor building, which I'm a single floor terrace, which I kept as well. And usually there is a body of water, right? And in Bali, wood is cheap, so there's a lot of timber, right? I have less because it's hard to maintain and it's very expensive here in Malaysia. So I have a little bit more tiles. So the elements were very similar. Single floor living, body of water, There's good ventilation, right? And there's plants around.
I noticed there's like a center courtyard, right?
Yeah, so that was the original air well.
So is it like closed now or is it like open?
It's still open. So basically, it's basically where the existing air well. That was the only part of the house that never really changed because I kept it. It's good for cross ventilation. Like it makes sense. Like
I feel like the new houses really need this kind of like center air well.
but it's a waste of space you can't sell that space.
Really?
Like to a new developer, why would you do that? They will probably, most of it happens if it's on a double story terrace. This air well will be where the staircase will be built. Usually.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. If it's a single story, it's really hard, right?
So single story, the reason why it exists is purely for ventilation, right? So I agree with you. I love it, and that's why I try to keep it, and it is still there.
I can imagine during raining time, it's like the best place to just sit there.
Yeah, I mean you can. Like mine is not like mine is just more so for the feel and the look of it. I don't really sit there at all. Like, but I think it's important because it creates this feeling of an outdoor space within the indoor setting, right?
I agree.
Like, and that changes the quality of the space, and the quality of the space tremendously improves when you have a small courtyard within the internal space, right? It's similar to like the swimming pool that's outside, right? I have a small like kind of like dipping pool, if you would call it. Like, it's not only about that area. It makes my entire kitchen, dining, and living that has a view out to the pool improve tremendously, right? Like, because the view out is beautiful and it's calming. You can hear the waters rippling.
And it doesn't feel very claustrophobic.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like the top-down windows, the floor to ceiling, it actually elevates the space a lot.
For sure. Like, and that's why I think people should stop obsessing about total square footage of an internal build up. Because I think way too many people like, I want bigger, I want better, right? Like everybody want bigger, more space.
You have emphasized on like practicality and function of each space, right?
100%. And what you actually enjoy is not that you have a little bit more space. It's actually how the space feels to you, right? It's the quality of the space, right? So it could be what is adjacent to this, what is next to that space. If we love places that have plants, we drive on the road, like bare concrete versus full of trees and like shade. It's beautiful, like, right? The road is exactly the same size, right?
Yeah.
But you feel more comfortable driving under, like, the shaded trees. Like, you get some view, right? Like grass on the side, right? It feels nicer. That's just the truth. Same as how we live, right? If we see water, we see plants, right? We see soft elements. It feels like home, right?
But how is it though, like when you designing, since you're staying with your girlfriend,
Yep.
was there like, no, I don't like Bali, I want this style, Was there like a middle ground where you went through?
No, I think like she was, first of all, she's a really chill person.
Okay.
So she's just very open to it. I mean, she probably, she picked out some furniture, some colors. It was mostly me. I was dictatorship. I mean, like, it's just my decision. Because it's just easier for one person to be making decisions. If not, that's also the secondary problem of why residential takes so long. Because there's always more than one decision maker.
True.
Yeah. Okay. Some guy who's paying, but then some guy who is actually supposedly making decisions, but nobody really makes decisions. So for me, it was just me. Okay. And she's just, she's super chill.
So that means, that was one design I really loved.
Yeah.
It's in front of your porch. It's to block your front door.
Yeah.
I forgot what's the name of the thing called.
Is this like a van blocks?
Yeah, the van block. It was a very good design. When I first saw it, I was like, I need to have this in my house. Like, it was such a good design because most of the new properties right now, they have like a small window, and it's just like open to the public. And people just use like cars or like plants to cover it. But I feel like this is more natural in terms of like.
Yeah, for sure. And I think it functions multiple ways, right? Like, I think van block walls, they have gone out of trend for a while, and I think it should be. I think they're now a little bit more trendy. Yeah, I mean, like.
Then why don't you like, rather than like those, like the design is like bricks and then this hole, right?
Yeah.
Why don't you make it like a full-on window? There's like a window style.
It could be possible. It depends on what you want it to do. Like for me, at the front of the porch, there was a couple of functions to that piece of wall, right? To the van block wall. Number one was I wanted a foyer so that I can put on my shoes, So basically, I wanted a bench and to kind of put on shoes. So it's like kind of an intermediate space between the porch and inside of the home. It's kind of like when you go into a luxury condo where the lift lobby, your personal lift lobby is kind of like a foyer area.
Yep.
Right? So where you can take off your shoes and like you go into your house, right? So that was what I was trying to create. And also the secondary reason why it exists is to create a privacy screen so that I never like houses that you drive straight into facing your front door.
Yeah, all the windows.
So when you open your front door, people see straight into your house.
Correct.
So I've always believed that it's nicer to feel a little bit more private, right? To have a screen blocking it. So then I have my door enter through the side now.
Yeah.
So I felt that it was functional, and it also creates this privacy screen that kind of like blocks off my main door.
That's what I like about the old house. Like, you know, main doors, they like to the side, they just go in like that, and they have like a small foyer area.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I like about the old school house designs.
They don't build it like that anymore.
I wonder why though. It's like such a very practical, good design. Or is it just to save the amount of square feet?
Nowadays people want to show off their gate. Yeah, I mean like they are
that's the thing.
Yeah, they are like I don't know, like $20,000 security door. You've not seen it?
No.
Like those huge metal doors.
I mean, I've seen it in like those bungalow houses, but like normal semi-D houses also.
Or you go see even like terrace houses nowadays, like
the fuck?
Deluxe sells a lot of them. Like you should
Really?
go talk to Deluxe. Yeah, the people love it. like in the high security, quality materials. People love to show off, like, because that's the main, like maybe it's a Chinese thing, big front door.
Wow.
Right? Like it's kind of like a flex, right? And then people see my door, it's like, hey, why is your door so small?
I never thought of this as a flex, you know.
It is.
Okay.
Some people love it, and I don't blame them. Like it's just not for me, right? Like my door is like what, 900?
Door is a door lah.
Mine is a 950 like timber door. You know what I mean?
Okay, alright.
Yeah.
So, talking about your design, right? You actually designed a swimming. You say swimming pool, but I say a dipping pool.
Yeah,
I'm not sure how to call it. What made you decide it, and what are the things that actually need to be considered if someone wants to put a swimming pool in their house?
Yeah, I mean, like beyond the initial cost of it, which I think a lot of people want to know. I mean, the cost of it is probably like 100,000, like to construct it, get certification, get a proper pool guy to come and do it.
Certification.
Yeah, because you have to survey the ground, make sure that the compactness of there's a bunch of different things that you have to do, right? So once you get all that done, construction, you have to get a pool specialist to do it. So
Pool specialist.
Yeah, so they will warranty the pool.
Oh, can I just dig a graph?
Can. A lot of people do it.
Okay.
Like just get a contractor, like waterproof it, concrete, put tiles, put body of water, put some pumps there, it'll work. And do what you want, right? Like for me, it's like if let's say if my pool leaks and let's say there's some soil erosion and then like the road collapse a little bit, like sinkhole or some shit, which is quite common nowadays. Like
Okay.
I don't want to be liable for it, right?
Alright.
So the only way you're not going to be liable for it is you get a proper pool specialist to come and build out your pool. So you could probably like do it half the price for sure, right?
Interesting.
Maybe I spend 100, you can spend 50. I may be the one who's a dummy who spend more money, but that's what the initial cost is. The real cost actually comes in maintaining it. So in general, like I pay about 300 ringgit a month for a guy to come and clean it weekly.
Oh, you have to clean it weekly, is it?
Supposedly, if you're going to use the pool more often, you should clean it even more often, maybe twice a week. You could do part of this job yourself. I mean, if you have the time, do it maybe.
Isn't it just like wipe the side and then just
what they do is basically just brush the pool, vacuum the sand, and you'll be surprised how much sand and shit drops in the pool every day. Like it could be bird shit, insects,
Ew.
like just sand and leaves and everything, right? So your pool gets contaminated quite quickly, and then they will test the pH level and then just add chlorine to kind of basically balance the pH.
Okay.
That's basically what they do.
Yep.
It's not a complicated task. Yeah, but it'll cost you about like $80 per time they come in at least. Yeah, so that is the general cost. The second biggest cost is the electricity to run the pool, which is the pumps.
Okay.
So some people don't really see.
What I mean, pumps though, like what is it like? Just to recycle the water?
Yeah, so basically,
Oh.
you should at least have the water like circulating at least 6 to 8 hours a day. So the pumps will be on at least 6 to 8 hours a day, right? If you use it more, you should have it on more, right? And that would, for me, it cost me probably around like 150 ringgit a month just on electricity and running the pumps alone.
Okay.
So in totality, you probably like with some maintenance occasionally, like light spoil right? You have some landscaping, get somebody clean up the shit. Sometimes you have to scrape off all the scale that's in the pool that's developed. Maybe it costs you like 500, 600 ringgit a month.
But wouldn't it make sense if you have like a cover, and like if you're not using it, just cover it up, and
Then you don't see the pool.
Okay.
So that like the reason why I have the pool was not to swim in it, is to hear and see the pool. Like, and that is value to me, right?
Okay.
Like some people, you may like a nice watch. Some people like a nice car. Some girls like
You
a
like a
handbag.
nice pool.
For me, it's just like I like the sound of water. You know what I mean? Like I like to see the water, and for me, it's valuable, right? Like it gives me peace. It gives me calm. Like everybody has their own thing that they like, right? And it may be nicer to buy a Myvi with it a month, right? Because you can finance a car, right? But I prefer the pool, maybe. You get me? Like it's kind of this what you choose, right? Everybody spends on different things. So,
Okay.
yeah.
So let's talk about, because you say like it's your own personal preferences and
Yeah.
all. And I solely believe like certain design or certain look of a place, right? It changes over time through you.
100%.
So is there any regrets you have building up your house? Like, it can be design, it can be how you build it, the way it is.
I think for me the biggest one is definitely I didn't have an internal storeroom that was big.
There's no storeroom?
There is plenty of storage. So I have like a pantry and like I have an external storeroom.
Okay.
So but the thing is I didn't have a big internal storeroom.
Okay.
Like so I didn't think I needed it in the beginning.
Okay, yeah, okay. Here we are. I'm also against having storeroom in a house.
Because you start hoarding stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which I don't like. I don't like to hoard it. If I don't use it within like a year, I just throw it out or donate it out.
Yep.
So that's me. And I know that I never change that thing because I don't do it even now.
Yeah.
So why do you think you need a storeroom?
So I think it was partially like I think part of my problem now is because I do social media, so I get a lot of stuff. So and I can tell you that
This is a good problem.
I guess it's a good problem. I could sell it, but like I don't want to sell this like because I review like products. So I mean I get vacuums, like a lot of vacuums somehow, but like it could be random like home appliances, right? And I realized I got no place to put it. I'm kind of like you. Like if I don't use it, I don't mind throwing it out or donating, selling, whatever, right? But in the intermediate time, I have to put it somewhere. Like, and sometimes I'm getting a vacuum and I will test it over months, right?
Okay.
Like, and I'll do a video about it, like, and so I can't just throw it out, right? But I got no place to put it either.
Don't you have like multiple rooms in your house though?
So that was the problem, right? So I had 2 guest rooms in my house. I have 2 guest rooms and my main master bedroom, right? And then my only storage is in my laundry room at the back of the house, which is semi-outdoor.
Okay.
So then if I put all this stuff there, which I can, it will get dusty and dirty.
Oh, you're just inviting robbers, you know?
Yeah, so I mean, like, that's not even the problem. If they take it, it's fine. You get me? Like, but the problem is, it doesn't make sense. Like, it gets dusty, dirty. I come back in, I need to clean the thing, wipe the thing. It's terrible, right? So I'm just like, the regret is, why did I have 2 guest rooms? Like, I don't even have friends. I mean, like,
That's,
like
that is so sad.
at least friends who would
Friends
stay.
to come and stay over there. That's the correct word.
At least friends who will come and stay over, right? So, yeah, like the person who stays in my house is probably my brother when he comes back from overseas. That happens once a year, maybe twice a year, right? The
So
rest of the time is empty.
So what was the initial thought to have the 2 guest rooms?
I have no clue. Like I must be delusional at that time.
So you really
like,
thought
no, because I had the house came with those 2 rooms.
Okay.
So then I like, should I leave the room empty? Which is what I should have done. So I didn't, but like that's because I don't like to I don't like to leave things like, oh, I'll think about it later. So I like guest room. I bought the bed, do built-in furniture, curtains.
Wow,
like,
built-in some more.
it's like proper, like everything's done like properly. Like
Wow, this is a bit hard. I thought it's like if it's not built in, you can just take it out.
luckily my bed was not built in. So thankfully, but I did the floor, curtains, built-in wardrobe. Like then I'm like, now it's a storeroom.
Okay,
That's
with
where
the bed.
With the bed on it. I put my stuff on the bed. Like you should see the recent iProperty video.
Sorry.
Yeah, you see what it is now. I'm just like, damn, I have a sofa in there, like, you know, because that was like the main thing. But that would change a lot, right? Like, because if I made it a storeroom or something else, I think then I would have changed a little bit of the layout as well. Because now I would rather have one good guest room than to have two. Now I have two because the original layout I kept I kept it, which was something that was quite easy to change because it's just like one wall. Like I did have to, I should have a more full guest room. Like my two guest room now is basically like bed, side table, wardrobe. There's not really
Isn't
space
that full?
for no table. So that's kind of like I felt like maybe like a little bit more room for a table.
Okay,
would be
but that's
nice.
the question though. If you're staying in someone's house, right?
Yeah.
Would you expect this?
I don't know. I think so. I would expect it like the hotel room, right?
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know,
No?
man. For me, it's like a sofa is okay for me as long as you're comfortable with me sleeping in your sofa.
Like, I think the comfort of whoever who stays there is important to me.
Okay.
Like, I would never like cheap out on anything. So everything in the guest room is like the same as in my master bedroom. Like the curtains are just as expensive. The bed mattress is expensive.
You know, you're just like Monica.
Who's Monica?
You know Friends?
No, I don't watch Friends.
Oh my god, you should watch Friends. So Monica is like a very guest person.
Okay.
I must be the host.
Okay.
Like the top tier host.
Okay.
They will put like, there was a series where she puts like cookies
Yup.
and milks, like, you know, room services off just for a guest.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Yeah, exactly like that.
Yeah, like I mean, they should deserve some guest slippers, you know,
Yeah.
a bathrobe. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Okay. So then it doesn't, is it hard for you to like just sell the bed and then just
I
convert
guess
it?
it's not. So I'm like, I'm meeting my architect this weekend, and then I'll see. I'm seeing whether I can re-envision my second guest room. Maybe make it into like a gym, fitness kind of like a spot. I want to merge it with my my internal courtyard because it's actually quite a nice space. It's just adjacent to the courtyard, so I think it can be. There's more potential. But that would mean renovation.
Yeah. lor.
Maybe I'll consider it. So I'm like, just gonna have a brainstorm with him and see what
Then-
can come of that space.
What happened to the what are the spare room to put all your stuff?
So like, it can be like storage is. I don't need a lot of it. I just need some of it. So I mean, it can be a storage and kind of like a fitness kind of like a space. Because I realized I got no even place. I don't even have a place to really place a yoga mat or like even to do skipping.
Even outside your house?
Yeah, I can do it outside, but like sometimes it's hot outside, right? So like you just want a space that can do it inside because my space is mostly filled with furniture, right?
Yep.
So I have a spacious walkway, but kind of not enough, and it feels a bit weird to like work out on the walkway,
Okay, I agree.
right?
I
So,
agree.
but I don't like super empty areas as well. So I don't really have a empty space per se. So that was my problem, which is a bit odd problem, but like it's kind of my problem. Like so that I mean, but what you say is correct, right? I think the guarantee is this: every space that we build will slowly evolve with time, with our
Yep.
needs and with our preferences. So don't be too fixated. I think that's probably the advice, right? Like don't be too fixated of getting a complete look and
Yeah.
feel and composition of a space because it will never be the same.
Like it's not perfect every time.
It will never be perfect. Yeah.
Okay.
And I think that is something that I realized over time. 'Cause I feel like, I can predict what's going to happen. But no, you can't. Like, you know.
It'll be funny in few more years you think that swimming pool is kind of like hard to maintain. Let me just break everything down and create a indoor waterfall.
Possible. Like a pond. I don't
Like
know.
I actually seen it. Some houses they have like they
Yep.
create like their own internal waterfall.
Yeah.
Like fake mountains.
It's like an
That's-
ecosystem there.
yeah,
like,
very nice. And then they have like koi fishes
Yeah.
swimming around.
But I think there's a fallacy to say that is easier to maintain. A fish pond is extremely hard to maintain.
I mean, you're paying $500 for
Yeah, so
swimming pool. It's the
like,
same.
but it's not, it doesn't get easier. That's what I'm saying.
Yep.
Initially, we were telling me, oh, you just do a pond. Like you want to see water here, water, fish pond. I'm like, fish pond is not cheap to maintain. Also, I mean, like the fish die, you have to deal with it. Right?
The koi fishes are not cheap.
Yeah, and like they could die. Like you have to feed them. Like my swimming pool, worst to worst, it's dirty. That's the worst, right? It's fine. I mean, it's easier.
So, like you mentioned about earlier that you did some lecturing, and then even the swimming pool takes a lot of your budget in terms of your electricity and all, right?
Yep.
And I saw your video. You recently did solar paneling for your house.
Yep, I did.
Okay, this is a question because how long have you been having the solar panel?
A year plus.
A year plus.
Actually, nearly 2 years, in fact.
Okay, 2 years.
Yeah.
So I've seen, nowadays, Malaysia is getting hotter and hotter, and I've
100%.
seen a lot of people doing solar panel.
Yep.
Is it, in your own view, worth it? And if, let's say, there's someone listening to convince to buy it, how can you convince them?
You can't. You just feel good that you have panels on your roof.
That's it?
The hard truth that people don't want to, obviously, if you're selling panels, and like because I don't sell panels, I can say it. Like I'm just the client, I'm just the consumer, and I paid for my panels, obviously. The truth is, if you are looking purely from an investment standpoint, as it stands today with current like TNB rates right now, right, it is unlikely that it is worthwhile for you to spend the money up front. If you're spending it upfront, I know there's like installment plans and blah, 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 which may then make it a little bit more worthwhile to install the panels. But barring the fact that the caveat is, now I'm assuming, right, if you have to pay for it upfront, and for you to get, and if your intention is to purely look at it from a return standpoint, it's not worthwhile. Whatever they promise you, you're never getting close to those generation.
Yeah, because
Like-
they always like sell in terms of like, oh, within 8 years you
ROI.
sell, you sell out this thing.
Yeah, so let's say you spend like, that's what they will sell you, right? Is you spend 30,000 on the panels, therefore it saves your house electricity by, let's say, I don't know, like 350 ringgit a month, right? So then it saves you 4K a year, right? And in 10 years you get like 40,000 in return. So you return your money in like 8 years, right? Or 6 years, right? Whatever they sell you, right? The truth is, whatever their assumption is, you minus by 30%. That's what you really get. So based on my last 2 years of having my panels on my roof, it has basically saved me around that number, which then brings the real ROI, assuming no interest on your money, on your initial investment, which is then a separate, you can't go down that rabbit hole. Like assuming there's none of this, it will take me close to maybe 10 years, if not 12, right?
To really get back what you
To
spent.
get
on the
back
solar.
what you spent 10 years ago.
Yep.
And inflation is going to eat. Because your money growing in an investment is way better than this. Now you're assuming no interest, right?
Yeah. But does it save on a monthly way?
For sure,
like,
for sure.
In terms of like saving electrics?
So whatever that they promise you that you will cut down on your bill will happen. But on average, it's about 70, 80% of what, at least my experience is around 70, 80% of what they promise their best case scenario, right? Because they should promise you the best case scenario. It's possible to reach those at a really perfect month where it's just not cloudy, really clear skies. And
So not every day you get the sunlight.
100%.
Yeah,
and also, it depends on your house. Most of the solar, I'm not going to point fingers at anybody, but like most of the solar installers are not going to tell you, hey, like your roof is not the most best orientation for solar panels. They're not going to tell you that. They're going to tell you, oh, I'm going to adjust it here. It's a little bit better. So they'll put on certain places that they feel that, obviously they have to go and see where the sun is at, right? Where it's pointing at and stuff. So they will try to optimize. 100% they will try. But certain roofs just don't get enough hours of sun
to really generate a proper...
to really generate the maximum of that panel that can. So sure, the panel has their output, right? And solar panels are getting better, and it can only get better. It's the worst it is today, right? So the efficiency will continue to improve. The cost will continue to come down, right? Because now it is probably where price parity is. It's worth it, but you have to look at it really long term. If the panels last 20 years in my house, sure, I think it's worth it. Right?
Yeah, again, also, like, how does the maintenance cost? Because if you're going to last for 10 years, 20 years, right? Of course, there'll be wear and tear. It's like,
100%.
are they guaranteeing you, like, in terms of like
So
solar
if
companies?
I'm not mistaken, mine was like, so they will, the panels are like, they have a warranty on it. I think I'm not 100% sure, like, but maybe 10 years warranty on the panel, 5 years on the inverter. That's the two main components. The panels and the inverter is the main component. And likelihood, the thing that will spoil is the inverter.
Okay.
Like wear and tear will happen to the inverter. The panels don't really die because solar panels has been proven over the years that there's hardly any wear and tear. Cleaning is something that maintenance does not really exist.
Oh.
Unless your panels sit in a place that is so full of like, I don't know, like it's under a tree, there's a lot of leaves that may drop and cover it. I don't know, birds take a shit on
what
it.
about
Maybe,
birds?
right? Like, but if you realize how hot, like I've walked up to my roof during the hot day, the panels are hot. Like they absorb heat, right? Obviously, it's black color, right? And it will absorb tons of heat. Birds do not like that heat. So in general, like you don't have to maintain your panels, and it's obviously is mounted on that's why all the panels are like slanted, so that the water just washes off it. So when it rains, it cleans the dust, right?
Okay.
So cleaning it, let's say some people say, oh, you have to clean it once a year, blah blah blah. No, you don't, because it does not improve efficiency that much.
Okay. To be fair, once a year, I'll definitely forget about it, lah.
Well, like if you wash it, your efficiency improved by like 1%. How much is that worth? You spend like 200 ringgit, the guy go and clean the thing.
Wow,
I mean, who gonna clean your, like you have to find a cleaner to go clean the
I thought
panel.
we could just go up and spray water.
I mean, then rain is better, right? Like, so if you get somebody with like a brush or like something light to just wipe it off, I mean, you pay the guy like 150, 200, but you save electricity 50 ringgit. What for?
True.
Might as well just let it slowly degrade. You know what I mean? Like it's hardly anything, the efficiency difference.
Yeah, you should do like a 10-year, after 10 years solar panel. What have I
I'm
learned?
really hoping to have that calculation, but the truth is you can never really calculate.
The TNB bill doesn't show, is it?
It shows.
Oh, it shows.
It shows. So it'll basically, what happens is you apply for this. In my time is the net energy metering program, where you don't really use the energy that you produce. So the energy is that your panels produce is stored as a credit in TNB, in your TNB account.
Okay.
Yeah. So then, right? So basically, the excess energy that it produces, it will store as a credit, and then at the end of the month, they will you at night. Let's say it doesn't produce anything, and you use, right? So then they will net off. So that's how it works. So in short, some people also, so your house, if no electricity, you got electricity. No.
That makes sense though. If there's no electricity, it's like there's storage there for you.
Because there is no storage. And even let's say the sun is shining bright, right? And suddenly TNB got power failure. I have no electricity. Because the solar panels are not connected to the entire house. It's connected to go through TNB and basically technically go back.
But can't you do that though? Like, is that
I don't think it's legal.
Oh, what? It's not legal?
Unless you have storage.
Oh.
I don't think you can wire your panels to your house via the... Yeah, I don't think you can.
That would be such a good way though.
It's like the off-grid...
Yeah.
I think if you... I believe there's a way with a battery pack. Then I think I don't know, you apply for something else. I'm not sure about this. But some service providers does that. So I assume the thing charges the battery, then the battery is the one that supplies the house. So then it's not a direct connection. Because you're not supposed to generate electricity. In Malaysia, it's illegal for you to generate your own electricity, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like, if not, you're a power producer, right? You can't be a power producer without a license, I believe. Am I right? I think
I have no idea.
I can imagine
if people know, they just let us know then.
Yeah, if somebody knows, I want to know, like, can you like have a solar farm on your own? I don't know.
Yeah, I know. It's like Bitcoin mining, but
something like that, right?
Okay. So we're coming to the end of the podcast. So I just want to, like, before we end the podcast, right, I just want to ask you any last advice you want to give to the audience who are looking to transform their homes.
I think I really hope more people choose to transform old homes. Like, sure, I've spent probably more money than I should on the house, but I think you can spend a lot less, right? And I think what I realized over time is that how living in a space that I like and love has changed my life. Like, it really has. I spend more time at home Like rather than like, if you're in a place that you don't like as much, you tend to want to go out a bit more. Like, so at the end, it might be worthwhile because I think that lifestyle is better. Like, like to be able to have your own space, to do what you want, and to feel like there is a base. Like, your home is your base, right? But don't chase the aesthetics of what Pinterest tells you to do. Like, because everybody's ideal home or ideal aesthetic is very personal. Like, people see nice photos on Pinterest, and I get it, right? But take the element that you like, right? It's kind of like, how would you come up with a design that you like? It's very simple. Go to a hotel. What do you like about it, right? And many people have stayed in many places, right? And you've seen many places. So you go to a show house that is very minimal. Sure, it looks nice, but it also feels sterile, right?
It feels like not home.
Yeah.
It just feels like
nice to look at.
Yeah, you cannot get cozy,
100%.
Yeah.
So sometimes things that look nice is not comfortable as a home, right? Like sometimes you go see like, I really like Six Sun's design, like, the circle pings, like they look really raw, industrial. It's lovely from an architectural standpoint, but is it nice? Is it comfortable to stay in? It's not, right?
I agree.
So don't just do things that make you feel like it looks nice, because a home should not be that. It should be somewhere that you're comfortable to live in. So examples are just very simple. It's like, you go to a resort, I always say this, what is nice about it? Usually it's the soft touches, the lights that is warmer, right? And then they have good bed sheets, good mattresses, right? And maybe the light switches that is controlled by the bedside, right? Why do people not pay attention to these things, right? Because that is what truly makes a difference, like in your day-to-day life, right? People will say, oh, I buy a nice like freaking sofa, right? Which they sometimes don't spend money on, don't sit on. They spend built-ins, right, in their kitchen. They spend hundreds of thousands, right? Because why? They see some photo on Pinterest that is a beautiful kitchen.
Or they just go to IKEA lor.
Yeah, so you could go to IKEA as well, right? But what I'm saying is allocate your budget to things that matter to you, which sometimes would be your touch points, right? Your light switches, warmer light, like more indirect light, right? It could be a water feature. It could be like a pool, right? Like for me, that is important, right? I can forgo any designer brand stuff, right? It doesn't matter to me because it's not important to me. It may be important to you, right? But what I'm saying is the things that you go to a place you really enjoy, it's similar to like if you go to a cafe and the toilet is nice, it's clean. They have a Toto toilet, heated seats, right? Electric
got
bidet.
heated seat in Malaysia, meh?
God.
Really?
Yeah. There are places with
Does your
it.
shop has?
Huh?
Does your shop has?
No. Like, the toilet's at 20,000. But anyway, like, imagine that. Like, what do you like about a space like that when you go to a hotel, right?
Okay.
Like, the soap is nice. If you want to buy that Aesop hand soap that makes you feel good, maybe that's better than buying something that you don't care about, right? Like buying a built-in oven that you never use, you don't care about it, and it's like 20,000, right?
Yep.
You can buy a lot of Aesop hand soap, as ridiculously priced as it may be, right? But that makes your daily life better, right? That extra strip of light that is indirect in your bathroom that costs you, 5,000 ringgit. But if you want to wake up in the middle of the night to go to the toilet and not blind yourself with one huge LED light, right? That makes a difference, right? That switch that you use to go to sleep every single night, a master switch, a two-way switch, whatever switch you want, like a smart switch, right?
Oh my god! I just occurred to me like the one you said toilet one. I remember I saw a video of you doing, those black colored water showers.
Yes.
Like the black color, and then I saw it after I bought a
Your
black
matte
color.
black.
Yeah, matte black, and you told like, there's the dirtiness of it.
Yeah.
It's a very glaring thing compared to like silver stuff.
Yeah.
I bought it after, and then I saw that, it was like shit. It's
You guys
like,
got the same problem?
yeah, wow, I tell you, it's like, I thought, okay, it's gotta be like every maybe 6 months.
It's not.
I was like,
I think within a few weeks it's like
yeah.
bad. Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? I should have known this before.
And yet I still bought matte black fittings.
Now I will avoid it. I'll just go for silver.
Yeah, I think chrome is the most, it's best for most people. But look, I think if you buy it, know what you're buying into. Like, I bought it knowing that it will surely screw up.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I thought it looks nice.
And for me, it's like that's why I very carefully pick which fittings are black, are matte black. It's the fittings that can easily be replaced,
Okay.
not the built-in one. That's why you see my wall tab. I have a tab. I have a mixer that is built into the wall, right? It is not matte black. For that very reason, I know that changing it will be a pain, and I know that matte black fittings will die.
Okay.
So if you buy it, it's not necessarily bad, right? You need to maintain it,
Yep.
and may need to change it. And
You can just wash it off, man.
it's damn hard.
Really?
Like so what will help is to have a big main filter, so your water has less minerals in it. So the caking of the minerals is what causes for it or the thing to be ugly.
Yeah.
So it's similar to a person who have this belief that a grey color house is hard to dirty. Dark color are they believe it's very hard to stain and get dirty. It's wrong.
Yep. It's more visible.
Yes, like people who paint their houses like grey think that so that in case I don't have to worry it gets dirty. It's not true. It gets more obvious actually,
Yep.
right? So actually the more neutral the color, the more browns, the beiges, the all this neutral cream, even white color is not that. It's easier to maintain.
Yep.
It's a fallacy to believe that the darker colors, especially the really dark colors, it's like who have
The matte black.
bathroom tiles that is like dark grey or matte black.
Yep.
Oh, so that you don't stain. Oh my God, have you seen black tiles in bathrooms?
That's worse. I won't know where's the.
and I can tell you, then the only thing you'll see is the mineral stains. Same as the matte black fittings.
Yep.
That's the only thing you see, and it will look horrendous.
Yep.
Just scrub the normal grey, just the beige tiles or whatever.
Or anything bright color to see the dirt.
Yeah, so because first of all, it forces you to clean it,
Yep.
and secondly, the mineral stains, which is the stain that you cannot remove, is less visible on the light-colored surfaces, and it's just the opposite of what people think. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I just stopped you. Yeah, go on.
No, so
yeah, that just occurred to me. This toilet was like, I
It's
should have
so-
watched your video earlier.
It's so true. Yeah, I mean, like I used to think the same. Yeah, I mean, like dark-colored toilets are terrible. It's damn hard to maintain.
Speaking from experience, it's totally true.
Yeah, it's so hard to maintain. It's don't do it. Yeah, that's the advice. Don't have dark-colored.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, is there any other advice?
No, just pay attention to the touch points of your house, because what makes your house feel good and expensive is what your guests may touch or what you will touch, right? Don't spend money on your switches, door handles, door locks, right? The feeling of your door, like an empty door, like a hollow timber door. If your toilet door feels light, your house feels cheap. You know what I mean? But people don't. They spend money on like some expensive decor, some nice to see things. But actually, what makes you go to a really expensive, like well-built house?
That's true.
What
Yeah.
is the thing that makes it feel expensive?
Okay.
Right? It's the background things, right? Like
That's true though, when you say about the toilet
the
doors.
scent, right? Like the
Yeah.
smell, right? And then they give you like even their guest toilet, there's like hand towel that is nice. The material is
Tissue
good.
paper, perfumes.
Yeah, like perfume, like it's always scented, like it smells nice, right? There's no stains, it's clean all the time. It's clean all the time because the guy can afford the cleaner to clean the toilet without you using the toilet, right? It's not because that his toilet bowl costs 30,000 ringgit. Yeah, I mean, possibly it'll be the case also, but if
The one that opens by itself.
yeah, like a total new restaurant. My favorite toilet bowl, but I cannot afford it. Like can buy a Myvi.
I don't know, man. I feel very. You imagine the middle of the night. You just want to go in and then you see the thing opening. Oh, go ghost.
But it's if you go to Japan, they have it everywhere.
Shit.
And like you go to the toilets in Japan, it's amazing. Like the
Yeah.
toilet open itself. The best thing is you can open. You don't even have to switch on the light. You go into the toilet. It's a small light there. You know where you're gonna sit down.
Aim
The toilet
here.
bowl is there. Like your life is amazing. You sit down. It doesn't freeze your ass. It's amazing. You know what I mean, like, is it worth the money? Heck, if I got money, sure, why not? You know what I mean, like,
I mean, when you get older, it'll be more worth it, lah.
yeah. For me, the toilet bowl more worth it than a nicer car, because I might use it more. Right,
Yep.
as I get older, the car maybe I drive once in a while. Right, so spend money on things that you care about, because that is what truly brings value to your life. Right, and I said, if you make money, you spend it. if not, why you make money for what? Right? Like,
True.
that's just the...
Live a little.
Yeah, like, I mean, you're going to save it all to do what? I don't know, right? Like, but the worst is if you try to spend money on your house to show off to some people that you don't care about. Then I think that is the problem. It's better if you buy a car because you can show off to more people.
So
You can
drive around. bright colored cars. Put a very distinguished horns. Have you seen like those horns?
Yeah,
They play
yeah.
as a different music, right?
There are people who love it. If the guy inside there loves it, good on him. His money well spent, right?
Annoying as fuck, lah, I would say.
Who cares about you, right? Like he don't care, he annoys you, he enjoys it maybe. You know what I mean?
All right. Okay, guys. So hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. And if anyone wants to reach you, how they can reach you?
I think just look me up on Instagram. It's Kenneth THM.
Don't worry, he's famous. You can just search. First name is there already. All the other Canon no use one. Okay, guys. Thank you for watching the podcast. If you guys have any questions, do let us know in the comment section below. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Ciao.